So regarding transfer of property, once we started with unit 3, it was mortgage, right? We completed types of mortgage. There is another part, rights and liabilities, and few other provisions are there. Okay, so we'll continue with that part. Okay, then we have rights and liabilities of both mortgager as well as mortgagee. These are given under different sections, all right? So try to remember section 58. After that, if you can remember a few other sections as well. So rights and liabilities of mortgager. Mortgager is the person who is owner of the property, who is taking the loan. Whenever there is a right, there will be a corresponding duty imposed on someone. Every mortgage deed, I think this statement you can write like everywhere, right? Contract, property law, everywhere rights and liabilities is only
rights and liabilities. We can use this.
Yeah. So every mortgage.
In my test also, I've written this. So whenever there is a right, there is an obligation.
Yeah, that is right. Everywhere rights and liabilities. I think you can like make a table of it. Otherwise, so many rights and liabilities to remember. Entire contract is rights and liabilities only. Here also say. So every mortgage deed leaves a right to the mortgager and corresponding liabilities for the mortgagee and vice versa. The law governs rights of mortgager to protect them in the event of any unfair practices. A mortgager has few rights, so we will see that, what all rights he has. First one is right to redemption. So what is right to redemption?
He can claim.
He can claim, yes. So he can redeem or claim back the property. And because of this reason, it is said once a mortgage, always a mortgage. That means even if you have given the property on mortgage, you have this right to redeem the property. Sometimes even time frame is over, you are not able to pay, you can still apply, you can still go to court and apply that now I am able to pay, even though at that point of time I was not able. Sometimes court may even allow you that you can get back the property, but it's not like an absolute right. Also, there are some restrictions also. Okay, like if property is already being sold to someone and stuff, you cannot claim it. Okay, but otherwise, this right of redemption is very important right that the mortgager is having. It is mentioned under section 60. So this right puts an end to mortgage by returning the property of mortgager. What is this right? I can get back the property. Once I get back the property, it will lead to closing of that transaction that was there, right? Because already I have paid the money, I'm getting back the property. So definitely we need to put an end to this contract that is there between us. So it will put an end to the mortgage by returning property of the mortgager. The right to redeem will again lead to few other rights, like right to end the mortgage deal. Whatever mortgage deal was there, we will close that deal because I have repaid the amount and you have returned the property. Right to transfer mortgage property to mortgager's name. In case the property was transferred in the other person's name, there was stamp duty registration involved, then it will again be transferred in my name. To take back possession of property in case of delivery of possession. In case I had only given possession, then I will get back possession. In case property name was transferred, name I will get back. In case only documents I had submitted, documents I will get back. Whatever it is, we will try to close the deal basically. So this right to redemption is there. We have this right, but there are certain exceptions to this right. So right to redemption has 3 exceptions, and these exceptions mean it can be extinguished under these following cases. Even though we have this right, even though we say once a mortgage, always a mortgage, this right may be ended in certain cases, like by act of parties, by operation of law, and by decree passed by court. maybe by act of parties. That means like one person, right? Whoever was the mortgagee, right? Mortgagee was not paid the money on time and he sold the property to someone. In that case, it will be like act of parties. Or it may be by operation of law. Some law or provision was applicable, and under that provision or under that law, whatever law it is that is applicable to the party, it might be some local usage, custom related to the trade, business, whatsoever it is, based on that it is closed. Or might be by a decree passed by court. Court has finally given the order that, okay, fine, this is like foreclosure or this is like sale, whatever it is, right? Court has finally ended the matter. In such cases, it will end, but otherwise, the party will have a right to claim back property whenever the person is able to return the amount that was taken on loan. Similarly, there was one case where it was before Supreme Court of India and a divisional bench was hearing the matter. It was said that mortgager's right, okay, mortgager's right is not absolute. Even though the owner of property has a right to claim back the property, that right is not absolute. In a case where mortgaged property has already been put to auction sale and sale certificate has been issued, mortgager's right to redeem the property also ends. Once the transaction is completed, then mortgager's right to redeem will also end. Similarly, if it was not auction, some other sale also, in that case also, once the transaction is completed, mortgager's right to redeem the property will also end. Okay, but before that, even when parties are negotiating price and everything, during that stage also, mortgager may ask to redeem the property, but once it is completed, after that, he cannot redeem the property. So this right will end. But otherwise, this is a very important right that the mortgager is having, right to redeem the property by paying the mortgage money plus the interest plus any other liabilities or obligations that may be there. Secondly, obligation to transfer to third party instead of transferring to mortgager. So these are rights of mortgager, right? So mortgager can ask the mortgagee that rather than transferring the property to me, you get it transferred to this other person. All right. So when this will arise, like in general also, right, we see some people who will be like, okay, you give me 500 rupees. I don't have money right now. I will return it within 3 days. They will take money, and after 3 days also, they will not have money. They will take that 500 from someone else, repay this person, and again give same promise, after 3 days I will return your money. After 3 days, again from somebody else he will take and give it to that person, right? We have seen these sort of situation, right? Have you come across anything like that, where one person takes money from another, he is not able to repay, from someone else he is taking, repaying this amount, then from someone else he is taking and repaying this amount?
No, madam. Generally, I don't give loans.
Okay.
I don't take loans.
Yeah, so these kind of situations are very common. Like in schools and colleges, we used to see this sort of situation, right?
Yeah.
So that same thing applies in case of mortgage also. So someone may say that keep my property, give me this amount. After that also, maybe this person is not able to repay, and you will say that from someone else I'm taking money and paying you, so you transfer this property to so and so person rather than transferring it to me, right? So this may be the situation. Or sometimes what may happen is, like, if someone is buying a property, that case person has applied for loan from a certain bank, okay, and after 1 or 2 years the person realizes that interest rate is few percent less in another bank or another financial institution. So this person wants to get the loan transferred. In that case also, he may say that I want to transfer it, right? In that case, property documents will be transferred to that other financial institution rather than it getting transferred to the person, right? In that case also we can say that like right to ask that you transfer the property to so and so rather than transferring it to me, right? So rather than transferring it to the owner, it may be transferred to someone else, and from that thing they may close this deal and there they can continue. Okay, this is another right, that rather than transferring it to me and I doing the process, directly you transfer to this person only. Okay, so first one is right of redemption. Second one, right to ask that you transfer it to someone else rather than transferring it to me. Another one, right to inspection and production of documents. Mostly what will happen if I'm giving the property documents and other related things to the bank or whoever is giving money, right? In that case, all the documents are with that bank. Take, for example, with that bank. Maybe I will need some copies, some other information, this document, that document, for some of my personal reasons. In that case, I have a right to ask for inspection as well as production of any of those documents, right? So I can ask, maybe if I want to pay some property tax and all, maybe I don't have Xerox copies of few documents, I can ask for that, right? Some other details, if I want, I can ask for that also. So this is also a right of the mortgager, but again, this right should not be misused. I cannot call at 11 o'clock at night and be like, produce this document to me right now. I will have to give a reasonable time notice, and after that I can access for those documents. Now, while making those documents available to me, mortgagee may need to invest some time, money, etc. So for that also, I will have to make pay the necessary expenses, right? If they are sending some documents by post, I will have to make the payment. If I'm going there, getting some Xerox copies and stuff, I will have to accordingly make the payment. So these are normal, simple provisions only, right? So I have a right to ask for it, but after giving a reasonable time notice and only when I agree that I will be making the necessary payment and everything, right? So this is the third document, right to inspect or ask for production of any documents that I have submitted with them. But this right is available to mortgager only as long as his right to redeem exists. Once the deal is closed, once the property got sold to someone, right? Once that transaction is over, my right to redeem will also end. So after that point in time, I should not be like, okay, once upon a time I had this property, I want to see the property documents or get the documents from the whoever is the owner right now. That should not happen, because now I should not be bothered with the property documents because I do not have the right to redeem the property only, right? So this right will exist only till the time I have this right to claim back the property. Right to accession. Basically, accession means any addition to the property. So according to this right, mortgagor is entitled to such accession to the property which is in custody of mortgagee. If I had given possession of my property to another person, while it was in another person's possession, there were some additions made to the property. So for those additions, I will be entitled to. For example, if government has done something, all right, might be like there was no water facility available. So what government did is that it was like some compulsory thing, might be government just made all those water provisions and everything. So mortgages should not be like, okay, I got these things, so I'm not giving it to you or something, right? It is some benefit that I'm anyways entitled to. So that benefit also I will be getting. That might be electricity was not there. If it got installed, I will be getting the benefit. If road was not proper, it was constructed, I will get that benefit. If drainage was not proper, it got done, I will get the benefit, right? If there are some other like natural, some additions are there, that benefit also I will be getting, right? Whatsoever it is, I will be entitled to those additions or other benefits that is there with regard to the property. In case accession is made to the property due to efforts of mortgagee or at his expense, and it is inseparable, you cannot take out that addition or that benefit. In order to be entitled to such things, mortgagor need to pay mortgagee the expense of acquiring such an accession. That I will have to make the payment, and after that only I will be entitled to it. If it was delivered to the property, liability of mortgagor. In case of acquisition, I will have this liability. So this is basically like some sort of additions or some kind of improvements in the property that has taken place when property was in possession of the mortgagee. I will be entitled to all of those things. If mortgagee had put in some money or effort, I need to accordingly repay the money, and after that I will be entitled to it. This is clear, right? So right to improvements. If there are any improvements made in the property, that also I have a right. According to this right, a mortgaged property has been improved while it was in possession of mortgagee. Then on redemption and in absence of any contract to the contrary, mortgagor is entitled to such improvements as well. Mortgagor is not liable to pay mortgagee unless and until it was approved by mortgagor and it was necessary. Take for example, when property was in take for example, when property was in possession of the mortgagee took my permission, my approval, and said that I want to renovate this property. So do you agree to it? Okay. And I also said, yes, you can renovate the property. I will bear the expenses, right? I will, because I will be ultimately enjoying the benefits, right? So I also agreed to make the payment. In such cases, if it was with my permission, I only agreed to it, I should make the payment. After that, I will be entitled to those improvements. In case those improvements were something which was necessary, like whoever is the department, that maybe it was compulsion from municipal authorities, right? In such case, obviously the person is not having any other option but to get it done. In such cases also, I need to make the payment. Otherwise, I'm not liable, right? If this prop might be mortgaged, I took a loan for maybe 5 lakhs rupees, and this person renovated the property by hiring some like big designer and all. Now they are saying that this total investment that I have done is 10 lakhs rupees. So I will not be held liable because it was not with my permission. I did not agree to make the payment and stuff, right? So I need to agree to make the payment, or it should be something which is like compulsory from the part of government. In that case, I will have to make the payment, right? So this is regarding some improvement, and this is regarding some additions that are being done, right? Sometimes it may be necessary to protect the property. Take for example, I have a plot of land. There is no boundary wall or nothing might be. Okay, or maybe there is a house but no wall and stuff. Mortgagee felt that my neighbors are trying to like illegally grab few portions of my land, so they constructed a wall. In that case, it was necessary to protect the property to construct a wall, so I will have to make the payment for that. But while constructing the wall, while installing the gate and everything, it should not be like super fancy gate, and they should not be like, okay, this gate only was for 4 lakhs rupees. That should not happen. But if it was necessary to protect my property, whatever is reasonable, that much mortgagee is having an obligation to do basically. And I will be entitled to it if it was necessary. I agreed and stuff. Right? So this is regarding any additions made or regarding any improvements made. So first one, right to redeem the property, which will exist for quite some time, but not absolute. Obligation, or like right to ask that you get it transferred to someone else. right to inspect or ask for production of documents, right to any accessions in the property, right to improvements. Then we have two more things, right to renewed lease. If mortgaged property is a leasehold property, and during the duration of mortgage, the lease gets renewed. On redemption, the mortgagor is entitled to have benefits of the new lease. This right is available to mortgagor unless he enters into any contract to the contrary with the mortgagee. So if it was a leasehold property, I was residing there on lease also, I will be entitled to benefits of this renewed lease. That means again the property will come back to me. I will again continue being the lease, being the possessor of this leasehold property again, unless and until there is a contract which gives certain other provisions. So right to renewed lease. Whatever lease is being renewed, that benefit also I should be taking. I will only be continuing with that renewed lease.
Okay.
Then right to grant a lease. So even if the property is on mortgage, the mortgagor may be given a right to give the property on lease. Whatever money he is getting out of it, that money may be utilized to pay the interest amount on that mortgage value also. So right to grant a lease is also there. Right to renewed lease is also there. Right. So these are basically the 7 rights that we have with regard to mortgagor. Redeem, ask for right to ask for transfer to another party, right? Right to transfer to a third party, right of inspection and production of document, accession, improvement, renewed lease, grant a lease. Is this part clear?
Yes, madam. Basically, kind of an common sense only. Only it should be recalled when we are writing exams.
That is the main thing. Otherwise, everything is common sense only.
Certain things at least we can correlate in our day-to-day life. So
Yes.
when we are getting into certain so these are all the things we should ensure. So
that only is, if this one word also, if you remember, that is enough. You can write. So
correct,
this
correct.
one word, the remembering is the thing. So that is why I'm saying maybe you should make a table with these sort of things, right? That these are rights, these are liabilities, because so many are there.
So only thing that I should not confuse, those rights I should not write it here, liabilities of others, I should not write it.
That will not happen because if you remember redemption, obviously it's mortgagors only, right? Like that you will be able, but remembering those
in contracts, so we will be in for every a type of contract, like in pledge, or what is that, bailment, and on all that situations we have similarly rights and liabilities. So probably we may confuse on certain things. Broadly all are very looks very common, rights and liabilities.
But I don't think you will get confused or like mismatch it. But I feel that remembering the words will be difficult.
Correct.
If there are 5 in exam, might be 3 you will remember, like that may happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So those were rights of mortgagor.